Welcome to Khao Yai.
Today we're going in search of some elephants in Thailand's oldest national park. And we've got just one day to explore over 2,200 kilometres of rainforest. So will we get lucky? Or leave without seeing a single elephant? Found one. Let's find out as we make our way to Khao Yai National Park from Bangkok, which was about a 2-hour drive. And one thing that's great about this drive is that the closer you get to Khao Yai is that the air feels a lot fresher up here. And an interesting little fact for you about Khao Yai is that it was only established in 1962, making it Thailand's very first national park. And today we'll be entering the park through the Phak entrance, which is the main gateway into Khao Yai National Park. And this is where every visitor needs to stop and purchase the tickets before heading inside. And at the time of filming, the entrance fees were 400 baht for foreign adults, 200 baht for foreign children, 40 baht for Thai adults, and 20 baht for Thai children. And if you're driving like us, there's also a small fee for the vehicle, which is around 30 baht for a standard car. So it's worth having a little bit of cash ready, although alternative payment methods are available. And you also get this map as well after you've purchased your ticket.
So we've got our map.
And the day tickets here are valid until 6 o'clock in the evening. And we're going to take you to our first stop, which turned out to be one of the biggest surprises of the day. And it's not unusual to spot wildlife right from your car.
So we have to keep our eye out, apparently, because elephants can just come out at any time.
Although we didn't see any elephants on the way up to the waterfall, I was still hopeful. But we did manage to see some monkeys at least. And this is Haew Narok Waterfall, and it's one of the first stops that you naturally come to. It's just 10 kilometres from the entrance. And a practical tip before heading out to see the waterfall is that if you need to go to the toilet, make sure that you bring your own toilet paper before you go, because quite often these toilets don't have any, so that's just something to be aware of. And the name Haew Narok actually translates as Hell's Abyss, which sounds a little bit dramatic, and hopefully it's not a sign of how many stairs that we're about to climb back up later. And to reach the waterfall, we'll be following a well-maintained nature trail that winds through the rainforest. But before we head into this place, can you guess how many steps there are before we reach the viewpoint? I'll reveal the answer at the end. And Bruno just fell asleep, so it was just me going solo on this one. And one good thing about this place is that the further into the park you go, the cooler it actually gets. But I'm not that far in at the moment, so unfortunately for me, it was still very humid. And I went into this blind, I didn't know how long it was going to take or even what I should take. So don't be like me, trying to be like Bear Grylls in this type of terrain. But fortunately, it is just a short trail. It's about 800 metres to a kilometre. And it's quite hard to believe that this is just a few hours away from Bangkok. And as we edged further into the forest towards the waterfall, I could already hear it before I saw it. And this is what I came to see, as well as elephants, which I still haven't spotted yet. And the water flows over this waterfall at a height of 60 metres into the gorge below. Standing here really makes you appreciate how untouched this place is. And in case you were wondering, the commonly quoted number is 199 steps. And of course, you got to walk back up them as well, which definitely does get the old jam tart going. And this is a bit of information about the actual trail, in case you wanted to do this one.
It's started to rain a little bit again, but we're going to head to the next place.
And after exploring Haew Narok Waterfall, we continued our journey around 22 kilometres deeper into Khao Yai National Park towards the Visitors Centre. But on the way, we stopped at one of the park's more scenic viewpoints to stretch our legs a little bit and enjoy the cool mountain air and take in these incredible views across the lake and the forest. And it was also a good opportunity for Fang to stop and feed Bruno for a little bit.
Bruno! Hey, super cool.
It was time to jump back in the car and heading just a short drive up the road to the Visitors Centre. These roads are quite good fun to drive on. But with God knows what you might find around the corner, I was keeping an eager eye out for any wildlife along the way, as well as a toilet, which we did come across at this visitors centre that we've just arrived at, which is a lot more amenable, should we say, than the previous one. And it's kind of become habit now. I normally push the pushchair, and it's even lighter when it's empty and Fang's carrying Bruno. Still no elephants, but apparently people often see them later in the afternoon. You can actually feel the temperature dropping, and that's because this visitors centre is around 730 metres above sea level. Depending on the time of year you come, temperatures are often 5 to 10 degrees cooler than Bangkok.
It's got to be the coldest I've seen Thailand.
And it's one of the reasons that Khao Yai has become such a popular weekend getaway for both Thai and international visitors. And speaking of visitors, this visitors centre is a perfect place to get your bearings before exploring the rest of the park. And we'll go and have a look around this visitors centre now, which inside you'll find information about the park's wildlife and the hiking trails and conservation efforts. And it's also a good place to stop and refuel with a coffee, or milk in Bruno's case. And you may want to check out the gift shop as well if you're in need of a new hat, because this place has plenty. We'd spent long enough here and wanted to go and explore something near here and see if we could spot any wildlife that people kept talking about. And it wasn't long before we came across some wildlife.
It's a one-handed monkey. Oh, yeah. Oh, his family.
And although always great to see monkeys, our next stop takes us from the visitor centre to one of Khao Yai's best places for wildlife spotting, which is just a 10-minute drive away. And this is to Nong Nature Trail, which is approximately a 4.5 kilometre long trail, and it's considered one of the park's most popular hiking routes. And as the weather was really cool and I'd brought the baby carrier, it was a perfect trail to bring Bruno along with us.
Where are we going? Nong Nature Reserve.
If we're going to see elephants today, then this is probably our best chance.
Going on a hike.
And give yourself a couple of hours to do this hike. It takes you through a variety of different landscapes, as you can see, including lots of open grasslands and wetlands. And it also gives you a chance to experience several of Khao Yai's unique ecosystems in this single walk. And one of the highlights of this trail is this wildlife observation tower, which overlooks Nong 𝐿𝐸𝐻𝐸. It's one of the best places in the park to quietly watch for animals in the natural habitat.
Good views?
Come on, this has got to be elephant territory. If you're patient and a bit lucky, then there's a very good chance that you will get to see some wildlife. Unlike us, there's never a guarantee of what you'll see, but I guess that's part of the excitement. Every walk is different, and you never know, if we come back again, we might see a herd of elephants, but we weren't so lucky this time round. Anyway, I hope that's given you a bit of an idea of what this walk has in store for you if you're thinking about coming here. And now it's time to drive back towards our accommodation.
It's been a good day in Khao Yai National Park.
And on our way out, we did manage to spot a few more monkeys. And although they were the only wildlife that we did manage to see during our visit, it just goes to show that wildlife sightings are never guaranteed. But for us, it was the monkeys that stole the show. And although we never found the elephants that we'd hoped for, spending a day surrounded by waterfalls, rainforest and incredible scenery was more than enough to make Khao Yai one of our favourite day trips from Bangkok. And as the sun started to set, I'll put a few outtakes at the end of this video. I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching.
So we've gone a little bit off track, but we should be hitting the main road soon. We just...
You alright? I just nearly fell over. It wouldn't be good if I fell over with Bruno.
Right, you alright in there, mate? Try again. There's little Bruno in there somewhere. Thank you for joining us, and we shall see you
on the next video.
Stole my line. And if you want to see where we're going next, just click the next video.